welcome back to Little Princess, Chapter 5, Real Travel. Apparently that's what the translation guide says is the name of the chapter of. Let's see, very story-focused on this particular part, so, yeah. Let's see, good work on your mission, I'm glad you came back safely, thank you, grandmother. Oh, music change. Sonia, Randy, you done well too. So what are your impressions about your first trip? Did you find your dream? No, I still don't see it clearly, but I did learn something. Oh, and one of the stats. Pursuing your dream is really hard. Both Randy and Sonia have suffered a lot for their dreams. But unless you overcome those hardships, I think it's impossible to realize like one's true dream. Sonia, Randy, there's nothing I can say to thank you enough. Thank you. Thanks to you, Kuru has grown. We didn't do that much. No. As embarrassing as it is, we both still have a long way to go, too. Ah yes, I nearly forgot. I know that you're all tired, but please, come to my birthday ceremony tonight. I see, so it's tonight. Right, let's go to Kuru's room. I still got time before the birthday party, so I think I'll take a nap. Since I'm tired. Yawn. Oh, Kuru gets a visit in her dreams. Also a very familiar song, if anybody remembers this. It's like, your mother is my daughter, my grandmother, but my mother told me that grandmother went to heaven a long time ago. Listen well, Kuru. You will soon go on a journey. It will be a painful journey, but if you overcome the difficulties, then your dream will come true. Journey? Ah, wait, grandmother. I will always be with you, Kuru. Good luck. That was a dream? Alright, to the birthday party. Let's celebrate. Got some fancy garbs going on here. Right, look at that man's beard. His beard got dressed up. Some people aren't even from this kingdom. It's wonderful. A long time ago, Mother and Father danced here. Ah, that must have been so cool. I want to dance here too. Really? Then shall we invite Cello next time? I don't know. Hey Randy, why didn't you get dressed up? Are you having fun, Princess? Yes, but you don't seem to be enjoying yourself, Randy. How about asking Sonia to dance? Hey, stop joking. Besides, if I did that, one of these girls might try to kill me. Because Sonia's got a fan club. Da, 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 da. That man right there is dressed. Hey, it's Grandpa and Professor Dude. You know my great grandfather? Yes, we known each other since a very long time ago. We were both engineers working for the royal family back in the day. I would have been fine if they hadn't called me. I feel uneasy at these sort of things. I'd rather go see you in the village anyway, Kuru says. It's much more fun. Happy birthday, grandmother. I wish you a happy birthday. Thank you, Kuru. Today, it's okay if you stay up late. Now, please, enjoy the party. Jesus. She's so brave. Look how fine she looks, basically so dreamy. I wonder if she would dance with me. Man, these girls. Little weird. Little weird. Fangirls are weird, aren't they? Or they can be weird, I say. That just ruffles my beard. See what Sonya's got to say here. You're so popular, da 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 da. It's like, you should wear a dress. It would have been nice. Haha, no thanks, dresses don't suit me. Instead, I will wear no pants. Because that's what knights do. I'm not asking for pants, but, you know, some protection. Just saying. Uh-oh. They tries to ask the lady to dance. Wait, what? An intruder. Okay, so basically they're going about an intruder being on the premises. The intruder stole the 5 treasures is presently trying to escape. The 5 treasures, you say? Those things that Cornet brought back from when she entered Beauty's castle? Yes. You know, some exposition for the last game. It can't be. You're the intruder? You're the prowler? Why? Why did you do this? Princess, are you alright? Okay, well, that was a party. Oh, we got some voice acting. Come on now, try to pull yourself together. Hey, what do you think about this? I don't think he's a bad person. I'm sure he has good reason for it. That's true. I don't believe he is a bad person either. Dennis decided, what do you intend to do? I will prove his innocence. Karu, does this mean you feel that way about him? I'm not really sure, but I understand. I'll help you any way I can. Thanks, best buddy. He. Well, it's only natural. After all, the two of us will always be together. Good, let's take initiative. Yes, first let's go get the 5 treasures. Since he needs them, it means he has business in Beauty Castle. I see, then maybe if we go there, we'll see him again. It's almost positive we will. Well, let's hurry and get the 5 treasures. And the best friend song plays. Alright, so we have our objective. We're going to go get the 5 treasures. Because we're going to steal our own treasures. But anyway. We won't be doing that this part, actually. Instead, I'm going to go running around town and talk to every single NPC, even though I don't understand any of these people. And it's not in the translation guide, either. So, yeah, so, it's called Josh Talks now, or Dish Talks. Hey, that's a series. I got plans to bring back Dish Talk. Maybe. Well, I'm kind of on the fence about Dish Talks. I'm not gonna lie. Scooby Talks, on the other hand, though, that's getting a resurgence. So be on the lookout for that. Who knows, by the time this part goes up, Scooby Talks might be going up. Might be. Excuse me. Got a little cough going on. Yeah, like I said, unfortunately none of these are, none of these has the, translation notes on here. Why are you sweeping? Well, no, I mean, people do sweep it up sidewalks. That's natural. Look at that gardener. He's gardening. Yeah, a lot more soldier out now because of the intruder, so they kind of beefed up security. Now we can't climb back into our house. And now it's just a big tree. I like to think someday that this game will get translated. Be either... Best case scenario would be that NIS is like, hey, maybe we should do a Rhapsody Collection release. And by doing that, we can translate some of the games that wasn't brought to the United States, and that gives people an initiative to go out and buy them. That would be the best case scenario. Another scenario would be, you know, fan translation, which I haven't really looked too much into it as of late. But I believe there was a fan translation that started, or at least, like, had a groundwork, like some planning went on, but never really got too far into it. And it's always a shame. It's a dream that, you know, everywhere can play a game in their native language, but unfortunately it just doesn't happen. And costs and whatnot. Like, it's kind of surprising that Rhapsody, like in my opinion, that Rhapsody got a translation in the United States at all, just because of the kind of game it was. The only reason why that came over was because it was Atlas that did the translation and brought that game over. Because, that was Atlas back in the day, you know. Atlas brought over some obscure stuff. And I'll always be thankful for Atlas for bringing, you know, Disgaea, because they did the first Disgaea. They brought the first Disgaea game over. And from what I'm understanding, there was a Q&A in the Disgaea strategy guide I got. Pretty neat stuff. And, one of the things they did mention, that the Atlas translation team did change, like, a third of the script of Disgaea. And even with the later ports, which was later ports of Disgaea 1 that was released by NIS America, they kept that script. And that's probably why a lot of people consider 1 to be the best story-wise. Like, a lot of people were saying that up until Disgaea 4, then that's when people were starting to debate about... Well, I should say a majority of people started debating about it. Because, you know, there's always going to be people who says, hey, I like Disgaea 2 story, da-da-da-da-da. But a majority seemed like they were pro Disgaea 1 story until Disgaea 4 came out. And then people were like, oh, man, Disgaea 4 story, like, trumps 1, or da-da-da-da-da. Which, honestly, 4... I have some problems with 4's story. Well... No, not the overall story, I have no problems with Disgaea 4. It's more some of the character arcs I'm more on. Like, personally, with me, I would say Disgaea 5 story is... Okay. I don't know. It's gonna be nice when I eventually get down and play these Disgaea games for the channel. That's gonna be a fun time, actually. At the time of this particular recording for this video, because it's all jumbled up, the way I'm recording these videos, that I have not played the Disgaea remake. I don't even own it yet. You know, money budgets and whatnot, unfortunately. But Disgaea 5 I did play, after having the game for like a year and a half and not touching it. But, that again, time management goes along with money management, but no, Disgaea 5, I was actually pleasantly surprised by. Like, most of the characters I liked in Disgaea 5, the overall story was pretty nice. I beaten Disgaea 5, the main campaign, not really done the extra stuff. And truth be told, I'm probably not really gonna touch the extra stuff until actually when I start doing the playthrough of Disgaea 5. But that's like way down the line, because with the NIS games, I'm going in release order, which is why I'm doing the Rhapsody games first. Even if they haven't been translated into English. But hey, it's gonna get better, because after this one, you know, just to lay the groundwork here right now, this is the plan when it comes to the NIS games. We got Little Princess here. Get that done, and then we're gonna go to Angel's Present, I believe it's called, which is a Japanese-only game. After that, it's gonna be Le Plaisir Tactics, which did get an English release. It's pretty funny because Le Plaisir Tactics came out in the United States after Disgaea did well, but it came out before Disgaea. And it was actually not handled by Atlas, it was actually handled by another company, and they did some censorship on that game. But, beside the point, we're going to play the PSP version of Le Plaisir Tactics, which is Le Plaisir Ragnarok, and that will also be in a Japanese language too. There is a fan translation of that game though, so I do encourage any English speaker to go and play Le Plaisir Tactics, because that's really where the groundwork for this guy's gameplay comes from. Like, the game before that, Angel's Present, you really do see it. But you really start to notice it with Le Plaisir Ragnarok, or Le Plaisir Tactics. But yeah, we're gonna play the PSP version, Ragnarok, after Angel's Present. After that, if I'm not mistaken, that's when Disgaea comes up, and then we'll be finally on the Disgaea train. Yes. And then after Disgaea, we got a couple of games in between Disgaea. We got, what came first? See, at this point, this is where my fuzzy, you know, my memory, becomes fuzzy about what came what. Like, Makai Kingdom came before Disgaea 2, so Makai Kingdom will become before that, and I've already decided in my head that we're just going to do the PS2 version of Makai Kingdom. There was a PSP release of Makai Kingdom, but they just added another scenario. However, I think at that point, I think the Japanese thing will be a little much at that point. The whole Japanese language barrier. That, and I love Makai Kingdom's English cast. To this date, I still think that is NIS America's best English voiceovers. Because they got some high-profile voice actors for that one. Well, I don't know how high-profile is high-profile, but Crispin Freeman's in Makai Kingdom, so that's something, right? But yeah, we're just gonna do the PS2 version of Makai Kingdom, so that'll be a fun time. I don't know when Soul Nomad came out. I don't know if that came out before or after Disgaea 2. And I almost forgot my favorite game of all time. I can't believe it. Phantom Brave. I love it when I finally get to that. And that's immediately after Disgaea 1. Yeah, so immediately after Disgaea 1, it's Phantom Brave, Makai Kingdom, then Disgaea 2, which Disgaea 2 is one of my favorite Disgaea games in the series. Love that game. Disgaea 2 will be doing the, well, both Disgaea 1 and Disgaea 2. If I can do it, hopefully by that point I will have a computer, like an actual computer, and I can actually play those games, and we'll be doing the PC version of those games. Same with Phantom Brave, if that's possible. If not, I will do the PSP version of Phantom Brave, because that's what the PC version is based off of. And then there's just so many, you know, games in between after it. It just becomes game after game after game after that. Which, luckily, most of those games have gotten an English release. There are a few games that will be... Like, as of right now, I've been, since Cooking Fighter How, I've been playing these games. You know, pretty much back to back to back. There's been, like, a few puzzle games, I believe it was, that, if I'm not mistaken, did come after Cooking Fighter How. In between it and the Rhapsody. Or it might have been before Cooking Fighter How. But anyway. And unfortunately, we are going to be skipping over a few visual novel games that NIS did. Which is a shame too, because they looked interesting. They're like detective kind of stuff, from what I'm recalled. And, one of those characters actually makes a cameo in, Disgaea 3. So, unfortunately, there won't be no frame of reference with him when we get to that point. Look at that, I just talked over through those NPC stuff. So before we go back into the castle to get the 5 treasures, we're actually gonna go recruit another puppet. And holy cow, I'm talking about the game. The actual game we're playing. Also, a new encounter with the queen bees. That was a wall. She just shot a bee lady. That was a cactus duck, and that was amazing. I want a cactus duck. I think that'd make a nice little plushie.
What's this, Tyler?
Speaking of, I learned the other day that Disgaea plushies exist. Well, and also that same day, I also learned that Muscle Bomber had some plushies, some official plushies. Man, like, Japanese, like, I don't know how much... this is the new puppet we're getting right quick. The robotic dog from the previous game. Because we saved this owner's doggy from the whale fish thing. I like the way he jumps, though. He's just static. But yeah, if you remember from the previous game, this was when the Cornet's puppets, which... kind of tragic when you think about it, going back to that game with the whole... Because that was a dog that turned into a puppet, which I guess died? Ugh. But anyway... I'm going on a tangent after tangent after tangent, because I can't remember what the last tangent was really about. Short-term memory, am I right? But that's alright. So, we just, basically went through, talked to the NPCs, got a new puppet to recruit. We're not gonna really use them much. We're pretty much stuck with, what we're gonna be using for the rest of the game in terms of puppets. And I'm gonna look like a fool. I knew I was gonna finish something with what I was talking about. Oh well, it is what it is, and anyway, besides, it's the end of the video. So, that concludes this part of Little Princess, so, in the next part, we're gonna continue with the main story.